Well, the narrative that people like to use around bubble is that we're in an everything global massive bubble, which is kind of inconsequential. I don't know if you can really do anything with that information. I think you kind of have to ride along with that. If that's what that is, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But that includes the real estate, includes the value of your home, includes the value of Mag 7, includes the value of basically everything.
Yeah. My name is Michael Gayed here at the NASDAQ, celebrating the launch of Granite Shares' Yield Boost Fund Family, TSYY, and I've got my friend here, Mr. Max Osbon, who we had, lunch a month ago? I don't even know when. Was it around Thanksgiving? Yeah, it was about a month ago. I'm excited for this conversation because everything about you has been tech, and you've been right about a lot of things in all the years I've known you. So I guess it's not a surprise to think that you did really well this year, right, on the tech side.
Been a good year.
So let's talk about that. So first of all, where were some of your major allocations? You think the momentum's tired? Where are we in this tech cycle?
Yeah, well, Mag 7 just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And if you look at the bubbles, bubble's the wrong word. If you look at the
different word in a second. Yeah.
If you look at the different diagrams of how large mega cap tech has gotten or how large growth has gotten versus value, you could just use the ETFs of growth versus the value ETF and compare market caps. They just keep getting larger and larger and larger. Really, people should have been sitting along with their Mag 7 allocation for a very long time. These are not new companies. Even NVIDIA is not a new company, has been around for a long time. It's been in the top of the index since prior COVID. If you hold these companies, you can let them just keep growing and growing and growing. And honestly, the pullbacks, they can be painful. 2022 is a painful year. But even next year, earnings are expected to grow 10%. So if we are at high valuations now and the prices are just flat next year, we can grow into some lower multiples. I think of Microsoft, Amazon, and Google as the global brain. If you're starting a company, run a company, you're going to run your company on their servers.
You mentioned 2022, painful year. Years like that are going to happen plenty of times. You're managing money for various clients. When you have a cycle like that, how do you keep them optimistic?
Yeah, well, 2022 was foreshadowed by rate hikes.
Right.
So you have things that will make it through, and you have things that will die pretty hard, will fall pretty hard. And in 2022, that was rate hikes crushing the banks. They held long duration treasuries, and those lost 30%, and they don't even really get mark to market. And that, of course, crushed Silicon Valley Bank and others. Did not interrupt the tech trade. Did not interrupt. In fact, ChatGPT was launched at an incredible time because it was the bottom of 2022, November 2022, and so I don't know if you're just there for that, you just don't fade the innovation wave. The market prices matter. You can't just go away from the valuations, but don't fade the innovation. Like AI is absolutely going to continue into next year.
Credit to Granite Shares because they got that bottom. On the NVIDIA side.
Yes.
You had a little bit of a Freudian slip there. You said bubble.
Yeah.
A lot of people are starting to wonder, are we in a selective bubble in tech? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the narrative that people like to use around bubble is that we're in an everything global massive bubble, which is kind of inconsequential. I don't know if you can really do anything with that information. I think you kind of have to ride along with that. If that's what that is, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But that includes the real estate, includes the value of your home, includes the value of Mag 7, includes the value of basically everything.
Yeah.
Where I feel like maybe there are some other bubbles. There are some individual stocks. I don't think I can call them out on name in this case, but just look at valuations of software companies that are near 40 times, 50 times sales. 2021 peaked at around 100 for some of the top companies. Really, top software should not really get above 20 times sales.
Yeah.
Look at price versus value. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to look at software as value, but you really can't. You can't be buying companies at 40 times sales.
Can you diversify the Mag 7 by using international plays, by using emerging markets, by using things outside of gold, which we just talked about?
Yeah, it's not my conviction trade, but that would be a great contrarian play.
Yeah.
It's not something I feel comfortable doing. I feel comfortable with the U.S. I feel like I'll get rug pulled by China. It's like, and I just don't want to be tricked into it. And the valuations reflect that. So for the people who are ready to be contrarian on that, or if you don't have the memory of what's happened in the past. I mean, a lot of what's happened well with tech is because people don't have the memory of what happened in 2021.
That's right.
Or sorry, 2001.
Yeah.
And so I've had an advantage because I don't have that pain ingrained in me.
I love that. There's a well-known behavioral finance concept called the snake bite effect. Right? Once bitten, twice shy. So you're right. Anyway, that remembered the pain of the NASDAQ bubble and burst.
Yeah.
Probably didn't participate in this because they said it's bringing bad memories, right?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
You mentioned conviction, and this is, for the High Conviction podcast. What's your highest conviction for next year?
Yeah. So I like the busted SPAC space. This is what I'm calling it. Companies that went public via SPAC in 2021 at the worst time, February through sort of November. Great company, in many cases, great companies, but there were like 1,000 of them that went public. And an interesting part about SPACs is that they can project out their future growth, whereas an IPO cannot. So they get to go public on all kinds of hype. Sure. And many of those companies, they go public at $10 with SPACs, went to 25 within 30 days. Some of them hit 50, and many of them went down like 99% because everything got washed out. Yeah. So among that cohort, there are green shoots. There are some that are starting to rally back. I would look for companies that are still under 10, that are still alive, that have, first off, incredible management teams. There are incredible teams in there. So it's a baby out with the bathwater moment. And I don't know if it's 2025 we'll catch them, but certainly like a 1 to 3 year trade, that is definitely my highest conviction alpha trade.
So, I've done podcasts in the past. For those that are watching this, listening to this, and they want to learn more about your services, where do you point them to?
Osbon Capital is our firm, so you can go to our website, and I also write on there my thoughts and views.
This is Michael Guyad. On behalf of Granite Shares, celebrating the Yield Boost Fund family, thank you for watching. And sign up to the Substack at graniteshares.substack.com.